So I just finished reading the script for the second time. Wow, I really like it. I've never thought of a storyline revolving around the Antichrist himself. I mean, when we think of the Antichrist, we just think of some evil dude who's going to try to take over the world. But he's a human, and he doesn't start as the Antichrist. How does he get from point A to point Z? I think Jenna's approach is fascinating, and I'm looking forward to seeing it on film. It's genre bending. It's kind of got a little fantasy, sci-fi, psycho thriller vibe to it. This is going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Guys, here we are with the man himself. Fear him.
This is my Antichrist makeup.
So, here we are with Jarret LeMaster. He is...
Jarret LeMaster. Oh, you mean I'm the Antichrist? Yeah. I'm not actually the Antichrist. I'm just playing him on TV.
I sure hope so. So, tell us about the character so far. You're on day one.
Yeah.
First time being on set, portraying the character in costume.
It feels great. This is a great team. I'm really excited. I love everybody that I've met so far today, and we just had this scene driving up into the refugee camp where Gaudin is showing this reporter to try to get the information out that we're doing this humanitarian work, which is amazing. This guy he's a good person. I imagine that's the way that an Antichrist would be. It's somebody that's very attractive, somebody that brings everybody to themselves, does work, and everyone kind of looks and goes, that's a good man. Even Christians will be kind of led by him. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. We're showing his humanitarian work in a crisis, him stepping in his leadership. So I'm excited. I think it was a good shot. We were doing some good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's been looking amazing so far.
Yeah.
What would you say is the goal of the takeaway you want the audience to get as they see the short and even the series as that comes up?
I want people to put their faith and their trust in Christ first. We are citizens of heaven before we're citizens of the earth. When we start to put our hope and our trust in people and in princes, we can be easily led astray from the gospel and from the purpose of what the resurrected Christ has on the earth. And so I want to make sure that people get that message. Let's put our focus on Jesus first. And then we can, and then use our discernment as much as we can when people come into power, not put all of our trust and our hope in the governmental systems of the world and the people that are here leading us. So cautious,
Amen.
cautious.
Cautious, yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, man.
Skeptical.
Break a leg, and looking forward to seeing how you are on set.
Great, thank you.
We'll get y'all with more updates.
Hi, I'm Justin Overlander. I'm playing the character of Max in the pilot, Anti.
You rolling, Simon? You actually rolling?
Just beachy, yeah, so.
So I went shopping for a cup. I ordered it in April, but it arrived in May, so it technically is my makeup.
We're done.
Max is an interesting character. He goes through a bit of a transformation, and it's not actually him that goes through the transformation. He has something happen to him towards the end of the episode that turns him a little bit evil. Is that the right word to use? And it was, for me as an actor, it's of course a lot of fun to play. I don't know what it says about me, but to play somebody that's a little bit sinister, a little bit evil, is cathartic maybe. It's a nice release, and it allows me to kind of stretch my comfort level a little bit. So we had a lot of fun, and playing this scene with Jarret LeMaster is so much fun too, because Jarret is just the consummate pro, got a tremendous voice, just a great presence, handsome as heck. Can I say that? He's handsome as heck. And what was really interesting about this scene that we just shot here, this gorgeous, I don't know if you can even see this, cover this up with B-roll. This gorgeous cathedral here in Lynchburg, Virginia that was constructed in 1883 and 1884. Amazing architecture and wonderful acoustics, so we're there. When we did this scene, I don't want to call it a trick shot, but we actually had somebody standing in for Jarret, my dear friend Jim, who happens to have a similarly sized shoulder, although Jim is like all of 84 pounds and 6'4". The first time we ran this scene, it was me walking up to Jim, who is supposed to be the character of Gaudin, Jarret's character. And Jim didn't know exactly what was coming, and I didn't tell him, I didn't warn him. And I raised my voice a little bit, and Jim,
You're less than nothing!
Jim says he didn't jump, but I know that he flinched. Like there was an actual, you know, there was some shoulder movement. So, and if we can get some of the hell out of anybody with this project, I think we're doing a nice job. But the scene, I mean, look, Anti covers some dark material. You can't tell a story about the Antichrist without getting into some dark elements, and I think that's what's going to make people resonate with this. Because the world is dark, the world is scary. It's not all puppies and bunnies. To really appreciate the light, you do have to see some dark. See what I did there? See what I did there? You appreciate the, well, maybe you appreciate the dark more than the light in this case. But Anti is all about the redemption, and is anybody too far to be redeemed? And the answer, of course, is no. There's nothing you can do that can separate you from the love of God. And if there's anything that I can tell people watching this, please know, no matter what is in your past, no matter what you have done, God still loves you. And that's never going to change. And that's the whole theme of Anti that makes me so excited about it.
String walks into a bar, bartender says, sorry, we don't serve strings here. So the string leaves, goes and ties himself in a knot, frays up his hair a little bit, walks back in. Bartender says, hey, aren't you that string that I just sent out of here? String says, no, I'm afraid not.
Hey, my name is Logan Paulson. I'm playing Secret Service Agent number 1. And so a little bit about this character, a little bit about his dynamics as far as the show goes and what his role plays a part of. So the Secret Service agents are part of something called Project Volition, which goes into a piece of the Mark of the Beast. After the rapture happened, there is a Mark of the Beast to help the government track, but also allowing people who had the Mark of the Beast didn't know this, but they're allowed to be possessed or inhabited by evil spirits. And so it starts off smaller, obviously, and then it grows into something bigger and bigger. So as far as my character's concerned, what you'll see is him possessed. You'll see that side of him. You really won't see his regular character, his regular Secret Service job. He's more so being inhabited. There's a saying that, like, ultimately, to a villain, they think they're the hero. There's nobody that thinks, oh, I'm a bad guy, I'm gonna do bad things today, that's what I wake up and do. Like, ultimately, even demons or whatever else, they think, okay, hey, this is what's best. I'm the hero here. This is what I think is the best case scenario. Yeah, just tell me where you want it. Well, your headquarters. Well, you just say the word, huh? I'll give you the tallest building this world has ever seen! And so with that, it plays into a lot of the positivity that comes in with this character too. He's like, look, I'm having the ability to guide and use somebody for my own volition, for my own capacity, to further my story, to further, well, ultimately, the person that I serve and all that. So that's a little about the character, a little about dynamics right there, a little bit explicitly about my character. But yeah, enjoy, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the film. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alexandria Rose Bell, and I'm playing the role of Talia in an Anti. So the role of Talia, she's a really special girl. She's a really fun character to play. We'll just start with this painting, full picture drawing, and it's amazing. And it was drawn by an artist in Sweden, Maria Nimakwa. In the story, Talia draws it, and it's of Jesus putting a hand on Gaudin, and she shows God in it, and I think she's just trying, her character, she's really trying to help Gaudin go to like the good side and stuff. And I feel like she teaches Gaudin like a lesson in the show, and she wants to make sure he's not making bad choices. I just think she's a really powerful role. She's like trying to tell Gaudin, like, listen to me, like you're not listening, just please.
Guess I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll get there eventually.
And I feel like that line's super special. It kind of applies to everything in life, because like no matter how hard you try something, you're not gonna get it the first try, you're not gonna get it perfectly, but you'll get it eventually. And she's a really strong like character too, and I just think that's a beautiful line from the story.
Great job.
You did fantastic.
So fantastic. Lexi, thank you for being such a trooper.
I could just feel like that crap. Oh.
Lexi, your mother, Leah. Yay, good job.
My name is Suzanne Jennings, and I actually play the character Suzanne in this film, or shall I say this pilot.
Max Belkin is here. Global Alliance, what's his name?
Alliance
Global.
It's all of the pressure.
Yeah.
Suzanne is a pretty integral part of Gaudin's life. She is his secretary, his keeper of the calendar, his right-hand person. And she's the one that makes sure that he sees who he's supposed to see and doesn't see who he's not. Most of her job is to protect him, to watch over him, and to keep him safe. You know what I told you? And you'll learn more about that as the series goes along. But this series, and I say that with confidence, is going to be very special in the telling of Revelations, probably in a way you never thought of it before. So we do hope that you will stick with us, support us, and be a part of the Anti-family, because we really love having you here.
Oh. Hey guys.
There we go. That's better.
Hi, Jarret. How are
hey,
you?
Jarret. How's it going?
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay?
Well, we can hear you, but there's a lot of glitching going on in your mic.
Always there. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's find a spot here. Or hang. I'm sorry, I got stuck doing stuff today. I don't know if you can see, but there's a tattoo on my neck from a shoot we did today. I played a Russian gangster. All right, let me try to find a good spot here. Oh, goodness. Okay. Go ahead and pull over.
Well, Jarret, we're going to put you
sorry,
for just a second because of the glitching, and then if you want to send me a text as soon as you find a good place to pull over, we'll bring you back.
Yeah, we'll give a little introduction here, and then we'll bring you back on once you're in a better spot. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining tonight.
It's so good to have you here.
Yeah, this is Jenna, director and writer of Anti, and Noah, co-creator and producer. Jenna's also a producer, but that's enough of titles. So, got some really exciting things for you tonight. We're finally getting to talk with Jarret, who is the star of Anti, plays Emmanuel Gaudin, aka the Antichrist. So it's gonna be a little bit of we're getting into some kind of deep topics tonight, I guess, but also we'll be sharing memories just from the set, talking about the themes of the show, this pilot, and we're actually also showing a finished scene from the pilot.
So I think this interview/live stream has been hyped up as is it okay for a Christian to play sin on TV, on movies? and ultimately played the Antichrist, which we're really excited to have Jarret on to talk about how he's kind of come to that role and how he approaches his faith and bringing that to screen even when he's portraying the Antichrist. And then a little bit later on, we are showing to kind of contrast that one of the lightest parts of Anti for you in a scene reveal that I'm super excited to show you. It's one of my favorite parts. And
we also said that it may or may not be one of the most pivotal, course-shifting moments in the show and for Gaudin, the character that Jarret plays. So all that is coming tonight. Let's go ahead and shout out a few of the people who are joining here. Hello, Jim. Jim's one of our executive producers. Hello, Debbie. Debbie is one of our new associate producers. Thank you so much for making that donation, Debbie. Hello, Carly, who's moderating tonight. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and say, if you are watching this live stream from Against the Tide Media, no, not Against the Tide Media, the Anti-Fan Group on Facebook, go ahead and put your name at the end of your comment, because I'm not seeing your profile name.
Most of them, a few of them are coming in, but most of them just say Facebook user for some reason.
If you're watching from the Against the Tide Media main page or the Against the Tide Media YouTube, we can see it. But see, like right there, if you're joining from the fan group, just says Facebook user. We're going to try to get that fixed soon. We didn't have time to look into that for this live stream, but we'll try to take care of that by the next live stream. So please go ahead and put your name in the comments if you have a question. But hello, Latanya. Hello, Peggy Tippy Hawkins. Hello, Kathy Watchtas Hogan. I hope I said that right. Yeah, all right.
So many people joining. Thank you so much.
Hello, Vicky. Hello, George. I wonder, if you have any questions for us tonight, any questions for Jarret or about the roles that he is playing, the role that he plays, go ahead and put those in the comments so we can come back to them later. But I wonder if Jarret
just texted you, said he's almost there. So
okay.
We'll keep saying hi to everybody. Also,
bear with us, guys. We're getting started into the meat of it very soon. Hello, Tammy.
That was pretty funny.
Oh, let's see. Okay, so this is from Facebook user. I wish I knew who you were.
I imagine that it might be from Suzanne.
Is that from? Yeah. Jarret, this is what happens when you try to do interviews without Suzanne handling the technicals.
You gotta have your
LOL.
Suzanne. She
For those who
makes the gears turn.
For those who don't know, that is very much an inside joke for when the pilot comes out.
You'll get it.
Yeah. Suzanne, if that comment was made by Suzanne. Suzanne plays Gaudin's secretary in Anti, who also happens to be named Suzanne. And you may see a little glimpse of her in the scene that we're showing tonight. It's a small moment, but I think it shows a lot. Jarret, come quickly. Oh no, that sounds so wrong. It's like saying, never mind.
So let's go ahead and kind of hype up the next live stream that we're working on. We're hoping that the next one will focus on the music of Anti and show you some of the score, the amazing score that is being finalized right now by our amazing composer,
Jake Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Who you can look up his artist profile because he does a lot of compositions of songs and music at Allery. Sorry I botched that, Jake, if you're watching. But
hoping to get him on the live and then have some very special behind the scenes videos of some of the original music that you'll hear on Anti when it comes out. So that's an exciting one.
Which you'll be hearing some of that score tonight.
Yes.
And I'm pretty excited about that. I've been waiting a while for you to hear that. Hello, Bob. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Sharon. If you want me to shout you out by your full names, let me know in the comments.
Laura Holt. Let's see, who else have we done? I forgot. My mom is texting me the screenshots so that we can see your names. There's people watching from all over. Thank you so much.
Right, so we got a question here for Jarret that we can revisit later. From Peggy Tippy Hawkins. Jarret, Jarret, a friend is a philosopher wrestler.
Professional.
My brain is fried. Jarret, you read it, Jenna.
Jarret, a friend is a professional wrestler. Says it is really easier to play the heel villain than the babyface, the hero. How difficult is it to portray the villain in Anti as a Christian? Which we will definitely get to that question.
That's a big theme for tonight.
Oh, yeah. I think that it's very interesting putting it into the wrestling terms. I hadn't heard of it that way before. That's really cool. Hi, Claudia.
Is Jarret back?
Looks like he might be.
Hello, Jarret.
Hi.
Hello, Jarret. Hi, can you guys hear me now?
It's still glitching out quite a bit.
Well, I think we can make out what you're saying now, but...
Okay. Shoot. Let me get in the house here. I'm going to see him do. Okay. Just work. It's going to work. All right.
We'll see. Bear with us, guys. All because Jarret decided to go out for a stroll. Yeah, someone said glitching bad. Glitching is bad.
Can you guys hear me now? Yeah. Get in
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Jarret,
we're here. We're in my house. All right.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is that your house?
Guys, you're now really glitchy, so I'm kind of like trying to figure that out. Okay. How?
It's slowly but surely
terrible.
getting
better.
Let me leave one.
Ooh. Hopefully he'll be back in a minute.
We'll
there
get
he is.
Like April just put a golden comment. We'll get there eventually. Another anti-against.
Yeah, solid. We'll get there eventually. All right. How is that, guys? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear
yes.
you with a few snaps, but we can hear you.
Okay.
And then we can hear
Yeah. You have like a glitchy here. Was that? I didn't hear the last part.
Do you have headphones?
Headphones.
I got that. Why don't I try that? Here we go. All right. I'm sorry, you guys. This is very embarrassing. All right.
Just a moment, everyone.
You'll be back with headphones.
Do 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 do.
What is that? You don't want a copyright strike.
Do 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 do. It's the I think it's the Jeopardy theme.
No. Hopefully we won't get a copyright strike.
Nah, I think we're good. By the way, if you have any questions for us in general, because I know that some of you may be new to this live stream because it was advertised a lot. Jarrett's back.
Hello.
Hello, say something. We
Sorry,
must.
can you hear me? Funny, you guys. I'm
We can
Better.
hear you,
A lot better.
Can you hear us?
okay. Good.
Yes.
I can hear you now. That's wonderful. Whoa. Goodness, you guys. I'm sorry, my house is a little bit of. Okay. I'm just trying to think. All right. Sitting in my rocking chair. You guys see this? I was just playing this Russian. I got you on my neck today, too.
Is your Russian character
game today? It's a lot of fun.
Is your Russian character in the Babylon Bee getting a
Oh, yeah.
comeback?
Nice.
Spoiler, everyone.
So
But
everyone
he
who's
is,
talking
yeah.
to
It's
Emmanuel
coming
Gaudin.
back.
No.
Yes, we're having a good time. Going to bring it all back. It's going to be cool. Let's see, it's going to be funny. I can't wait. Yeah, it's just crazy. I like to play. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, Gregory Ilinovich. Anyway, so what's up, guys?
All right. So everyone, this
What's
is Jarret
up? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can kind of hear you. We have some people in the comments section.
Okay,
saying
there's
that the audio.
a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Is there a computer?
Are you able to join?
You know, it's a lot slower than this.
Really?
Let's see. Let me try to. Yeah, my computer's a lot slower than this. But let's try to get. We're trying to get something going here. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me go get my computer. I'll be back in a.
No worries. This is just one of those things that
I think we know what's going on.
I think we do.
Whenever there's something important to talk about, glitches happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. But we can answer questions directed at us.
Towards
if there's
us.
anything you want to know.
And Jenna, if you just want to give a little insight as to what is anti for people who may be new, while at the same time not boring those who already do know.
That is no pressure at all, huh? So, oh, thank goodness, there's a question. Has the pilot been shown yet? We have had one very early screening. It was in an educational setting because I was a film major in Liberty University Cinematic Arts program, and that was part of my degree completion program to show my film. And the results were very, very positive, but the film was very rough at that point with no VFX. The audio quality wasn't there yet. Lots of glitches because they didn't show the right version, unfortunately, but it's very encouraging to know that even with all those problems, we still got such a positive response. It just meant the world to us. So that answers your question a little bit, but we are on this live stream tonight to kind of give you a sneak peek at what's to come, since we're still working on post-production. And we do need your help, a little bit more funds to get there. We are just in the home stretch. We have a quarter of our final finishing funds in, a little over a quarter. And if you want to go to antiseries.com, you can watch that counter go up.
Maybe moderator Colby could pull up like a screenshot of the website to show you how much we have raised so far and how much we still need. The goal currently, and should continue to stay, 4,000 to finish everything with post and finally get it out there to you guys with the pilot. I mean, there is the chance that could change. All right, there. Wait,
Oh, I think
Jarret is back. Jarret is back.
Loud and clear now. What's up?
Oh, awesome. We can hear you great now.
Great.
Oh, Lord.
Thank
you. All right.
Hey.
Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, guys, this is Jarret LeMaster. You may recognize his face from a bunch of comedical skits that you've seen across the internet from a source called The Babylon Bee. Jarret, name some of your most iconic characters from there.
Well, Satan, Beelzebub, yeah. I'll play him.
And if I'm not mistaken, you're also behind the mask of that alien, right?
Yes, that's me as well. Yeah. So I do play the alien. General Florg is his actual name.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I get to play General Florg, Satan, Gregory Ilanovich, which I just played today, like we were saying. Got the tattoo here and
nice.
My hand tattoo. Let's see, who else have I played? A lot of guys, you know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Over the last year, I got to play like long-haired guys, and I have like great wigs, you know.
We got to play Prince recently.
Yeah,
that's right.
So like,
you guys got to see me with hair. Like that's
it's unnerving.
It is. It's disturbing. It's very disturbing.
But anyway, you also play a character in our film that we shot last fall, Anti, and what character do you play in that?
So I play Emmanuel Gaudin, who is a politician and a humanitarian, but he's also he's got spiritual and psychological issues, and so that cause him to black out, and then something else takes over. And so basically Emmanuel Gaudin is two people. So I love this character. Actually, I think he may be my favorite character.
Your favorite character?
I was thinking, I remember you telling us on set that he was your favorite character. I was hoping that still held up so you could say it on the live stream, but
oh yeah, it absolutely does. I can't believe I get to play. Well, I mean, obviously, I think being able to play Emmanuel as a good person, I think I like that character a lot too, because I've always loved that. He's always been in there somewhere. That character floating around somewhere on the inside. He's not like me at all. So, and then the other side is this evil, which I actually tend to really enjoy too. It's a lot of fun.
That side relates to you more. But
yeah, I would say honestly, in my flesh, yes, that's absolutely true. Like, yeah, I think, you know, we all struggle with our flesh, but my flesh is impulsive. It's, you know, mean. It's domineering. It's all those things that I think the enemy is too. Mm-hmm. And so the only solution is Christ Himself. To kind of start to deal with those things. And sometimes it takes a long time to get over those things. That's why you find Christians that are, you know, jerks and stuff. Because like there's like I think there's an expectation that once you find Christ, that somehow you're gonna just be a good person all of a sudden. And that's just not the case. All of us struggle with our flesh, and it takes a long time to get over that, and maybe a whole lifetime actually. So anyway, so I very much can connect with that impulsive dark side. Like it's very easy. But the other side too, I just really enjoy all of it. So really great. It's an amazing character. So Jenna wrote an amazing character.
Thank you.
And
well, I didn't think that I would be able to find an actor who could embody it so perfectly, but then when we saw your audition, we were like, dang, this is the guy.
You want to mention one more time who we envision?
Okay, so I am the kind of writer that absolutely has to pick an actor that I've seen in something to write for. And unfortunately, I hadn't seen Jarret LeMaster yet. So I wrote it for Tom Hiddleston. And I believe you said that Tom Hiddleston was a source material that you watched some of his portrayals in The Night Manager, which was some of what I used for writing material when I wrote Emmanuel Gaudin in Anti. So I thought that was really cool.
No, so totally. When I read the script, I actually I thought of Tom. So that was and that was, yeah, I think you had said that in the audition as well. You sent out in the audition notice, we're looking for a Tom Hiddleston character, and I'd been, every time I see Tom, I'm like, man, if I had a different life, if I was like 50 pounds skinnier, like I would have loved to play all these characters. I love his characters, and so I always have loved that sort of British aristocracy, gentleman kind of thing. And anyway, so he really embodies that. So yeah, I channeled him a little bit, and it's interesting how, you were looking for the same thing. So it was just awesome. And Jack Kelly, I think, was it recently? Jack Kelly was talking about.
Yeah, the casting director.
Yeah, he was saying that he's like, hey, he's saying something about like, I don't think this guy looks like what you think what you imagine, but you got to see his read.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
there is one audition that you have to see.
And he was like, I don't know, as far as the look, I don't know if he's what you guys are looking for, but he is good.
No.
He is good. You need to see it.
Oh yeah. And then I was like, oh wow. I didn't think I was going to see anything that I was like instantly, but.
Wow. What a cool thing, what a random thing. I got that notice the day I signed up for faith-based casting, which I'd never done before.
Oh, wow.
And so I got the notice, and I ran down to my studio, I have basically it's a shed that I converted into a studio. And I did all my narration. I did like I narrated a bunch of books in this little studio, quote unquote, over the course of COVID. It was like 65 books. A lot of time in that studio, a lot of time. Anyway, but I went down there and I, tried to memorize it real quick, and I wrote it out on a big whiteboard, and yeah, it was just awesome. Yeah, I don't have any
random Jarret. I have a feeling that he saw you in this role before we even thought of the role.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, going back to what you were saying earlier about Christians can be jerks sometime. What's interesting is when you see Gaudin in Anti, you're gonna see him as being a lot nicer and a lot better of a person, just as far as the way he treats people and his morals, than what you'll see in a lot of Christians. And you'll probably see that, you're going to see that in this scene tonight. But, and this can be really brief too, because I feel like most of the people already know, but what's something that you would just like to share about Anti, the project, the story in general? You kind of already touched on that, but.
Yeah, no, there's a couple things. One of them is something you said really strikes me. I just thinking about it philosophically. Christianity, and I think Tim Keller talks about this, but Christianity is it's the world religion. Oh yeah, you saw the audition. That's great. By the way, Susan, nice to see you. But yeah, it's the worldview that allows for people outside of the worldview and outside of the fold to actually be better people morally. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, because it isn't about being good or evil, it's about being forgiven, and it's about being welcomed in and having everything expunged. Jesus taking care of all of that. So you can be kind of a bad person and then surrender and, still be struggling. And people outside of there's my wife back there in the mirror. Anyway, so, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's one of the things. I mean, yeah, we can have people that are outside of Christianity. Because we are not better than anybody, and so yeah, that's kind of awesome. But yeah, one of the things that I think about, like doing this whole role, and what was that? That was the question, right? It's like, what is it? Like what is it about like this that stuck out to me? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think first of all, working with you guys was pretty amazing. Like immediately I kind of knew you guys, had it together, that you guys were focused and you were really passionate about this project, and you really had a real vision for what this could be. And so that to me was something that I was really drawn to. And I love it. I love that you guys have that. And I agree, it's a great concept. I think I think the greatest concept, it's a great concept for an actor in particular, but also to have an evil person, or the most evil person in history, arguably, actually be a really good person, because he's good apart from God. And so, because again, like you were saying, like the theology is we're not good, we're forgiven, and that's what makes it unique. It's not, we're given Christ's righteousness. Our righteousness is not our own. And so that this guy has created this whole life that is goodness apart from who God is. And what Paul says about that is that we are, our goodness is as filthy rags to the Lord. That's how good our righteousness is. So this guy, though, is morally good, and mostly, except when he blacks out and he's the devil and he does evil things and murders people and does all kinds of bad stuff. But, apart from that,
see the identity disorder.
Yes. Well, yeah, and I think that's what we can play with in the series. Like there's moments where he can be, Heisenberg, like Breaking Bad. Like he can be really evil, like, and really do terrible things, like murder people or do whatever he's got to do to make things happen. Hide the bodies in the backyard, or in the fallout shelter at its house. The one that Mike Pence didn't want to have.
Oh yeah, that's the house that we filmed in for PSI, but owned by the wonderful Hazem, like
who makes
what a great guy. I love that guy. He's awesome. Yeah, so I love that. Yeah.
Kind of branching off from there, a big way that we hyped up this live stream is the question of how does a Christian reconcile their faith into a role that is evil, is the Antichrist, but still channels their faith into making a project that's ultimately going to bring people to God. So no pressure in going into that one.
No, I think those are the questions that we all have to ask every time that we face, anytime we get a role. The question is, how is this going to point people to Jesus? Is it eventually going to do that? Is it going to hinder people from doing that? Or is it going to allow people to see Christ more clearly? Can I glorify God through portraying evil? And I think the resounding answer is absolutely. I think to understand evil, we have to understand good to some degree too. I do think people can just be evil on their own and just kind of go out and do it and whatever. But I think this is the greatest part about Emmanuel, is that he's both. Yeah, so I think portraying evil is something that's necessary for good storytelling. And I think anytime I'm playing a character, I'm the type of guy that likes to play characters that are not like myself. I know a lot of people like to play characters that are very similar to themselves. And you always have to find some kind of root of truth within you to put into a character, even if they're the farthest thing from you. There's got to be part of you that's in there. And so, yeah, I mean, mining your own soul, finding those places where most people, when they're evil, they don't think they're being evil. Like Thanos doesn't think he's, Klaus Schwab, when he talks about having the population, or Thanos talking about it, or when you hear about it on the news and people are like, we really need to limit the population of Earth, or we need to stop all this. That's evil. But they don't think they're being evil. Their motives are, we need to save the planet or whatever. And they think somehow in their twisted priorities, they put that above people or people's lives, And this guy has put people's lives and, above God, So like that's the other thing too. He's willing to do anything for people. But then, obviously, the Antichrist is not. He's doing it all for his own purposes.
And that's another thing that is so fascinating about this character, is because he is, doing good for people is his motive, it's his passion. And if you really think about it, that can be greatly used by God. And I mean, because Jesus talked a lot about the same things, the very things that Gaudin is doing. But because of that, because he has the potential for God to use him in such amazing ways, think of how much the the devil would want to grab that away and use someone who wanted to do good and use him for his own purposes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and each person, you can't be, God or the devil takes things that are good and he twists them and he uses them for his own purpose. So that's kind of how, he always takes everybody that has, and he takes their intentions, maybe it's to feed your family and you have to go do terrible things, or, obviously there's certain people that are just hedonists, that they're out for their own pleasure too.
Yeah.
But I think these people that are kind of higher minded, they're doing good evil for kind of good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, that's kind of how I played him. It's like a person who really doesn't think he's evil. He actually thinks he's good, and he's just disturbed. He's kind of troubled.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's doing the best he can. So,
there's a quote by I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
I am seeing people asking for the scene reveal. I know you're getting answers.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. We have just a few more things to.
Well, we can switch up the schedule and go right to it if they want to cut enough.
Let's do it.
All right.
Are we technically ready for this?
Colby, could you go ahead and pull that up? All right. So this is it's a quote by Charles Spurgeon.
Oh, I like him.
And he said, "Consider how precious a soul must be when both God and the devil are after it." And I think that that's
the thing.
That's basically the whole summary of your character to me. And some of you may be thinking, well, God after him? Like, isn't this show about the Antichrist? Like, how does that fit into the picture?
Yeah, it's this tension, the war, the spiritual war. Yeah, between the two sides.
When I approached the character writing it, I was thinking, what kind of a person would this have to be to win over the masses and to be chosen for that time when people are so scared. They're looking for somebody who's comforting, looking for somebody who seems to actually care. And I think that those are qualities that can only come from God. So I think that it would have to be a person that was designed to be a leader, designed to be a role that would help take care of people, with a lot of qualities that Jesus himself had. And then also that person would have those qualities that the evil one would not have. So he would be wanting to go after him, to use him in the ways where he was lacking, to bring people to that cause. So yeah.
That's
I
great.
think that the scene is queued up now.
All right, we're getting ready to go into the scene reveal. Please feel free to share this live while there's still time for other people to see it as well. But I'm just going to give a little bit of context of this scene before we jump into it. This is actually a flashback in the pilot to, how much should I say? Oh, okay, this is how much I'll give. It is a flashback to a pretty important day in Gaudin's life, before he was a leader.
Let's just say that if this thing gets a season 1, episode 1, it's going to start on this day.
On this day that you are seeing in this scene, this scene is showing Gaudin working at the Safe Haven camp, which is a refugee camp that he started across multiple areas in the world, and this is one of them. It's kind of flashing between a montage of reporters just bombarding him and other more calmer moments of the day that I'd say are the reason why he's doing this to begin with. So I'd say the scene is very much it starts out being very much inside Gaudin's head. But without further delay,
this is a memory that he's played in his head a million times, and now let's all watch it together for the first time.
Well,
here we go.
Excited.
that the UN Secretary General declined your... Civil camps in Wangan territory. How will potential conflict from Wangan affect your work there?
Right. It's all right. There's not a world where it's all right to diminish the value of human life the way that the supposed leaders have done. With my last breath, I will fight to give them a home. A real home. Not just tents. Excuse me.
Got it. What are you planning to do?
I tried to avoid all this.
It's all right. I just need a minute.
I'll be out here when you're ready.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. Well, what's your name?
Talia.
Talia. Well, that is a beautiful name. And you're an artist too, I see. Is that what you want to be when you grow up? No? No, that's all right. You can be anything that you want when you grow up.
I'm not going to grow up here.
Why? Why would you say that, silly? Come on. We're going to grow up here, you're going to have a beautiful place to live, in a school, and food, and books. It's a beautiful picture. Who is that? Talia! Talia! What's going on?
I bet you didn't see that last part coming. So I'm yeah, very curious to hear what all of you thought about that.
So there's a lot of memories attached to those shots there for me, and one that I just want to shout out real quick is that I did have a fan that I was going to use for the rapture scene, and it was not on set. It didn't make it to set the time that we needed it. So we were just going to do without. The wind happened to come in right at the right moment on that one take, and it blew her hair and gave this natural sound effect. And we just knew that was a God thing. It couldn't have been more perfect if we had.
There wasn't a bit of wind there.
No.
And there was no fan, no anything. It's just the wind came and, well, the wind, which wasn't felt, just blew her hair back and made this natural blowing
I'll never forget
sound.
that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
But you know, that what was really interesting, that scene was filmed on the first day, and what we had was very limited both in time and resource. So I mean, sure, there are some different angles that we would have liked to have gotten, certain designs that we would have preferred to change up a little bit. Like, I'm not personally a big fan of white backgrounds. I mean, it works for the context because, I mean, it's nice white tents that they're living in, but
It's not what we had envisioned
No.
when going in, but it was the one kind of tent that I could get. I had exhausted all of the other options, and that was the one that was left that could come in time. So, what are some of your favorite memories on that day, Jarret, or least favorite?
Yeah.
On where you want to
No,
go?
I mean, that was our first day on set, right?
It was.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I have a hard time remembering like what order things happen in when I think back.
Me too.
That was our first day on set. I remember meeting a lot of great people that day. The extras that day were incredible, super nice people. We had really good conversations together. You know, hanging out with Jim that day, and I remember one moment. It was so funny. We were driving, and Jim was in the road, and we had to stop. It was awesome. Yeah, it was funny. It was very funny. He's like, "Oh, please don't bring that up." Let's see. We had I had a great time, and getting to meet Talia, the little girl who played Talia. Yes, amazing, such an incredible actor, and just so much fun. And we had I got to, you know, who I got to meet that day was Nick. What's his name? Nick Shore.
Yeah, it was on my. Well, it wasn't this phone because I've gotten a new phone since then, but
it was your phone, and I got to speak with him, and he and I became fast friends because he really had a deep relationship with Christ. He had a deep experience with Christ, and so he and I were able to connect on that really deeply. And yeah, I just remember, there we go. I just remember kind of sitting around, talking, hanging out with Suzanne that day. But you know, it's interesting how it all came together. I love how, well, first of all, your music that you've chosen is really great. I love the music. It reminds me of all those types of, you know, those old. It really rings. I mean, it's very current and modern, but it also kind of rings true for like kind of the style of movie we're trying to accomplish. And I just think it's really neat. I remember, you know, overall the setting was really cool that day. Everybody was really professional. And that was the first day I was there. So I was thinking like, these people really know what they're doing. This is great. This is great. Like, we're in good hands. I didn't have to worry about that. I wouldn't have to worry about anything. My one thing I do remember that was great was rolling around with the kids. Like, that was maybe my favorite part because I just, I missed my kids, and so I was able to just kind of, wrestle with
I might have let them tap you a little too hard. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay. It worked out. It was so fun. Overall, it was incredible. Great time.
Also, just a reminder for everyone watching what you saw in that scene with this man sitting, caring for, setting up this beautiful program, caring for kids, playing with them, just in this really beautiful and loving environment. That man is going to may end up being used as the Antichrist.
We'll have to see where the story goes. So
pretty crazy. Not only that, I think everything was beautiful too. Those were beautiful shots, and just overall, I think what a great thing. I'm very proud of it. So.
Also, the color was magnificent too.
Yeah, shout out to
Colby, who colored those shots, who's actually in this live stream.
Awesome.
So guys, after kind of watching that scene, some people might be kind of thinking, well, that's not really like the Revelation shows that I've kind of grown up with. If we could all kind of touch on the ways that as a pilot, as it is right now, and where we want to go in the future with it, is going to differ from the projects that have already been done. Kind of how it's different.
Can I shout out a comment real quick?
Yeah.
Keep that thought.
Yeah.
So from Kamara J. Bayard, she was saying that she was late. You can always go back and watch the replay of this live stream. It's going to be right here on Against the Tide Media's
We're
YouTube
not going to
channel.
take it down, so you can watch that scene as many times as you want to.
Although whether we edit out that really awkward space in the beginning where Jarret was struggling to
where the internet just wasn't.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
like, put it in the comments. Should we edit that section out after the live stream? But anyway, Jenna, sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, how is Anti going to be different than, say, The Woman After or Left Behind, which both projects I love very much. But how are we going to be different? What can people expect?
Yeah. Is that a question for me?
Everybody can jump in. I probably should jump in too, but I'm gathering my thoughts after asking the question. So
yeah, I think for me, I you know, the kind of revelation or the kind of apocalypse fiction that Christians do generally takes on a particular tone, quality, focus. Usually the enemy's the enemy. It's very black and white. You know, you have, but the truth is about, I think that the Antichrist is in, I mean, the spirit of the Antichrist is very much alive and well in every generation. And so I know that ultimately there will be one Antichrist at the end. And so the question that I have is this that guy? Or is it one of the ones prior to that guy? Is this, you know, so like you don't know necessarily what period of history you're in. You don't know if this is actually the tribulation. You don't know. Like, so there's, I mean, I guess you do because of certain things like the rapture or whatever. But maybe, you don't know, maybe the devil has another guy he's working with somewhere else too. Like, so he's got a bunch of different guys because he doesn't know like who the end is either. So he doesn't have all the knowledge. And so, I don't know. I think there's a lot of question marks and a lot of potential for drama because you can, I think there's a lot more potential for different kinds of drama, internal conflict, you know, that kind of deep character stuff. And so I think that, to me, I'm excited about getting to play all that, getting to explore all that. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
And another thing that's interesting about that is every generation's kind of had their own like Antichrist, you know, potential Antichrist figure.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Bible says that no one knows the day or the hour. So, you know, the devil wouldn't know. He's going to have his candidates picked out and ready.
Every generation.
But one thing that really, for me, it's not really something I've seen before, is how much Anti really focuses in on the humanity of this man. He's someone who you're able to relate to, and you can see, you know, it relates to your own spiritual battle because we all have that potential to be a follower of Christ or an Antichrist. Even Christians very much struggle with things like that, probably a lot more than most people. But you're really able to relate to Gaudin, and you less so antagonize him and you root for him to find the truth, to escape what evil is wanting him to do. Which that's not something that I've seen before with it's very black and white with these portrayals most of the time. And the real battle is from within. It's within every person, and that's how evil is truly either defeated or embraced.
For me, moving forward, a big thing that I want to differentiate with is a lot of portrayals have shown the aftermath with the people that are going from non-believer to believer and trying to think of what can I do different? What can we bring that is new to the table? And so a place that we're going with is showing other perspectives. One of them being Emmanuel Gaudin's perspective, the man who his soul is being pulled on from every direction, trying to be the voice of this new era. And then there are some other perspectives as well that, God willing, if we're a series, we'll get to explore those also. So,
Which, by the way, Jarret, can't wait to share the scripts and stuff from episode 1 with you.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see them. I'm very excited. Let's get this thing made.
Yeah.
Yeah, my the other side of this, I know that there's been other takes on biblical stories from the enemy's perspective, or from the villain, like you've got like Jesus Christ Superstar from Judas's perspective or whatever, and there's other kind of characters that we've sort of highlighted throughout pop culture and modern history. But the interesting about those stories is that all those stories are written already. So, you kind of know where they're going. This story is in the future. And so you kind of have a lot you can do. A lot of artistic license, a lot of stuff. So theologically accurate, but like we're going to play with some of the other stuff, I just love it. So,
I love
excited.
sci-fi.
Me too.
I love every time there's a new sci-fi series coming out. So to be
a lot
able
of bald
to,
actors in sci-fi. A lot of bald
yeah.
actors in sci-fi, yeah.
So I'm excited to give people an option as a Christian to be able to tap into that realm of sci-fi in a clean, God-honoring way, because a lot of the new stuff isn't. So, which we have VidAngel to thank for being able to enjoy that. So.
Thank you.
And when you say future, could you be more specific? Like what era of future specifically?
Oh, you're asking about me saying this takes place in the future. Well, just that this is, huh?
Do you remember which year Anti took place?
Isn't it like 20? Oh gosh, now you're asking. It's been a long time. I thought it was like 2024 or something. Like I don't know, like 20. No, it's a little bit further. 2050.
It's 2040s.
Okay, so the scene that you saw, in the flashback, what you saw tonight, that's 2040. The rest of the pilot takes place in the year 2041.
See, I should know that, and now I look like an idiot.
Another thing is, okay, so there's a very key factor that is played into with Anti, and that is the glasses. Does he have his glasses on or glasses off?
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit of that?
Yeah, I mean, Clark Kent did the same thing in a reverse way. I was kind of, but yeah. Oh, thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. But yeah, I do still have the glasses, by the way. It's so funny.
Taking care of them.
I know. I know. I do have the glasses, and yeah. Anyway, they're in my car right now. I could have grabbed them. I should have had them for this interview. Yeah, the glasses essentially represent the two characters. Like when the glasses are on, he's himself. He's Emmanuel Gaudin. When the glasses are off, I mean, there's a lot of things that change. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. That's my dad. Anyway, so yeah, so a lot of things change when he takes off his glasses. So he has, I mean, these are kind of superficial things, but like his British accent goes away. He becomes kind of an American. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. A lot of actors don't know every detail of the movies they're in. That's true, but I did know that last year, and I've forgotten. You can see how quickly things come and go in my brain. But yeah. So no, all that to say, like So it's actually really great. There's a play by a guy named Brian Friel, where the British accent, yeah. where accents, like when they're speaking in a Gaelic or in an Irish accent, they're actually speaking Gaelic, and speaking in a British accent, they're speaking English. So English audiences can watch, and so you know right away based on like what accent they're doing, what character, who they're talking to, or what language they're speaking. And so I love it when people do this with acting, because it's like such a great opportunity for us to share. I'm so sorry. This is what's happening right now to me.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, this is Everett, and this is
Hi, Everett.
There's
How's it
Owen
going?
right there.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi, Owen.
two of my kids, and they're
Well,
just
we have
hanging out.
extra special guests tonight.
Yes.
Yes, there you go. Hey, buddy. Yeah.
Well, hopefully next time you're on set, we'll be able to bring the family on.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I really hope so. I think that's gonna be awesome. Can you tell me that in just a minute? Okay, thank you. Mom's gonna be back at 6:15. So,
cool.
You needed me to know. That's one of my 4 children, the brood, the arrows in my quiver.
We got to get them on set for future seasons.
Oh yeah.
Because I know that was one of the things, like, we're really missing them when we were.
Oh yeah. Well, whenever I have to go anywhere to shoot or anything, it's always such a bummer. So there's been a couple where it's like, no, we're gonna bring families with it. You know, I really love this kind of new Hollywood where people are like, we're gonna value family. You know? Yeah, I just love that. It's amazing. Yeah.
Also, I saw a
bunch
comment.
of comments that want you to do the British accent. So
maybe. Well,
the Gaudin accent.
Yeah, specifically the Gaudin accent. So it's a lot of I have to think about something, you know. Basically, playing Emmanuel Gaudin is a lot. He's just so refined, you know. He's so thoughtful. He thinks very deeply about things. He doesn't react, but he also feels very deeply about the things, and so he has to process all those feelings, and he has to make him, you know. So it's actually very interesting because talking with this accent without the glasses is actually very strange, right? So it doesn't look normal for you, but you know, and also with this hand tattoo, it's very strange, you know. This will go away tomorrow, so I have to play the Russian again once more tomorrow, and so all right, I'll get rid of everything. Anyway, there you go. There's my accent. Yeah.
Oh, that's music to my ears.
I
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
And
you guys have probably heard me speak more with the accent than without. So
probably. Because even if
Probably.
you weren't in character, you'd use the accent.
I know that's true.
Well, you were in character, but when you weren't filming, like you just go around with the accent
It made
all
it
day.
fun.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it actually it helps you when you're in character to keep the accents when you're off camera as well. So that helps a lot. It makes it so that it's more natural when you're speaking. Mm-hmm.
And one more, just something I wanted to ask you about the glasses. What we've already kind of talked to you about it before, but if you can remember, why do you think the glasses play such a key factor? Why is it that when he's himself, he's wearing the glasses, and whenever he's taken over, possessed by the evil one, the glasses always come off?
Yeah, there's a
Very specific one. So if you don't remember, there's no.
there's the thing that I think of, and I'm not sure if it's the same thing you're thinking of, but I always kind of think of it as a filter through which he's seeing. And when the filter's off, then he kind of gets the raw, unadulterated darkness. If he has the glasses on, there's a little bit of a shield for him, so he can be himself.
He can see the world clearly.
Yeah, he can kind of see the world the way he's supposed to, but when he takes the glasses off, he's no longer shielded, and so he's kind of like under this. It's like the full onslaught of evil takes over, and so but he's constantly under this reign, you know, of evil, and so he has just a little tiny bit of a barrier between that, so he can see things kind of, and he's just it's a struggle constantly. So that's his constant life, is a struggle. He doesn't really get a lot of peace.
Yeah.
I really like the barrier idea of it. One thing that Noah and I bounced off of each other is that the glasses through the eyes of the evil one would make him look like Gaudin had a weakness, so he would want to remove those to make him appear as a perfect person.
Anything that could be removed as a weakness. So
Mhm.
it's like both elements serve a purpose for both characters, because it really is two different characters.
Yeah, it is.
Glasses off and glasses on Gaudin. You know, it was never really about the glasses themselves. They don't make him who he is, or, you know, like, I mean, if glasses off, if the real Gaudin took his glasses off for a second, he'd still be himself, but it serves very much of a metaphor and helps the audience to follow along with it a little easier.
Yeah.
Well, Jarret, we know you have to go. I almost called you Gaudin.
Don't do that. You might
affairs of state. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. Have important meetings with important people. Yeah. Yeah. So funny.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on here tonight.
I love you
So
guys.
glad-
Thank you. And everybody that came tonight, thank you guys so much for coming out and for supporting, all of you guys that are producers on this, all of you guys that have contributed. It's a real honor to get to work with you. And I'm humbled by it. And so to me, it's just really, really cool. You guys are the best. And I really hope and pray that in the next, however, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I really want this to take off and be a real thing. And all of us to be working together on location in some beautiful house right outside of Washington, D.C.,
Or somewhere in the Atlanta area, maybe.
Maybe.
What's that?
Or somewhere in the Atlanta area.
Yeah, you're gonna get some good rebates there. Yeah.
I feel like that would be a good home for someone.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Well, listen, bless you guys so much, and have a wonderful night. And my kids safe, bless you, and thank you guys for letting me be part of it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
All right.
Jarret.
You guys have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Take
sounds
care.
good. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Well, that was fun.
That was, and I hope you really enjoyed that. Jarret is just such an amazing person, and brought so much to this role, brought everything to this role, so
Couldn't do
perfectly.
it without him. So.
No.
Well, we want to shout out some recent amazing people who have helped us out. Boyd Corbett, he donated another $100 recently for Anti's final push for fundraising for post-production. So he's going to get one of our special shirts, and you want to kind of tell them about what those are, Noah?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Boyd. Boyd is actually one of our associate producers who has also been a huge prayer warrior for this project. So thank you to Boyd for everything related to that. But to see more of this film, to see all of this film, this pilot, we do need to pay people to do their jobs, to finish things up, so it can be the best final product that it can be for you. And we need your help to accomplish that. So we have a fundraiser open on the site right now, and from what it looks like, we need to finish everything with this pilot. Is we had a goal of 4,000 for this final fundraiser. So far, we have raised 1,383 of that 4,000 goal. So we're about over a quarter of the way there. I think Colby is playing like an old goal.
Oh,
but-
wow, Suzanne, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne.
So Suzanne is matching donations up to $200 tonight. I can't tell you thank you enough. Suzanne is one of our main actors for Anti, so that is something that she doesn't need to do, but it's just amazing how God is working on the hearts of the people who are people that we have paid to help Anti come to life, and they're putting their resources back into it to bring that to audiences, to tell them about the love of Jesus, about his redemption.
There's something so special about our key people, the way they've just come back and kept pitching in every way that they can, and I'm not just talking about financially. It's thank you so much, Suzanne. It means
more than we could possibly say.
Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's a good thing to make you forget what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
I think you were going to show the I Was Here First campaign.
Yes. So we do have a store at antiseries.com/shop. Maybe Colby can put that in the ticker below, or some of the other moderators can comment that link.
But this design was made by one of our producers,
Justin Overlander.
Yes. The fantastic Max Belkin in Anti, which you'll get to see him soon.
And the Roman Messenger, the iconic Roman Messenger in The Chosen season 1. But anyway, this design right here will be made in the form of a t-shirt, and it will be sent out to anyone who has donated $100 or more to Anti. And the thing that's really cool about this design, I'm going to peek over here so you can see my face, is it's something exclusive. Like, this design won't be brought back for the future. It's just for now during this fundraising campaign, the I Was Here First campaign. But it's like if you were one of the first people to donate for, Jenna, help me name an iconic series.
The Chosen.
The Chosen. The Chosen, of course.
Why not?
But it's just something that you can wear around proudly if you have the ability to donate that much and want to donate. I wish that we were able to bring it down to a lower price, honestly, but
manufacturing fees have gone up and everything, which we're paying for some of the manufacturing fees out of our own pocket to help this happen, to kind of stretch our resources as much as possible. And people are scanning the QR code.
Oh,
that's exciting.
Well, thank you so much.
Whether or not you end up donating or just checking out the site, we're glad to have you going there. There's some pretty cool resources on there that you can view too. So hold on to that link, and when the live stream's over, you can see some of the behind the scenes videos and read some more about the project and where we want to go with everything. So,
and like, these are some of the perks. They're being covered up right now by there we go. Thank you, Colby. But you can buy the regular Anti t-shirt, which that does come for a lower price. And there are other perks as well, as like special thanks, associate producer credits, or even executive producer credits, access to the script, to the pilot.
And one thing that a lot of people have chosen to do, since we don't have like a donation button because of legal reasons, a special thanks credit can be added to the card as many times as you wish to equal. It's a $5 increment, so you can add it as many times as you would like to equal the donation amount that you're looking to give on our shop. So that's a way that a lot of people have found to kind of get around the legalities of the shop platform that we have to use. So.
But if you really do want to find a way to donate directly, because with it being made with, can I say what we made the site with? Is that okay to say on a live stream? I just
Well,
sure.
we'll say that if you're looking to give in a way that the most of your donation can reach the bubble that's filling up for our goal amount, we are able to accept funds through Zelle and Venmo, and PayPal does take a little bit, but we found that one works pretty well too. So
if you want to Zelle or Venmo or PayPal us directly rather than making an order through the site, you can email team@AgainstTheTide Productions. If you could put that in the comments, mods, or maybe Colby, you could make a ticker out of that. You can give money directly because the site. Wait a minute. What? Let me see. Okay. Special thanks to Vicky.
Vicky Hess.
Vicky Hess.
Thank you so much.
Let us know if we're saying that wrong. Thank you so much for making an order of
4 special thanks credits. Thank you so much.
Which comes to a total of $20. Thank you, Vicky.
And with Suzanne's match, that'll be $40. So thank you so much to Vicky and to Suzanne for that donation tonight. Every time that bubble raises up, it means the world to us, and we can't wait to show you the pilot in its entirety. I see a question from Peggy. She says, where is the new shirt listed for the $100 donation? So because of the way our site is set up, we didn't list it on there, but we get your shipping address and everything when you go on to make a donation. So we're going to have those shirts made. We're going to contact you via the email address that you put on when you make the order and ask you for your size information, etc., to get that t-shirt special made for you. So it's not on the shop, but it is something that's going to be sent out to you as a special thank you.
If you donate $100 or more in any way, whether it's making orders on the site or giving money directly by emailing us or through Venmo or PayPal, then you will get the I Was Here First exclusive design. Thank you, Colby, for bringing that up. Which was designed by Justin Overlander, our producer. But it is just a way that we wanted to say thank you for helping us to make Anti happen. And it's something that you can keep with you forever, and show that I was here first.
And that design is really special because it relates to not only your support of this ground level of getting the pilot out for everyone to see, but also if you notice in the design, there's a special T which has the cross. So it's relating to Jesus as well, because he was here first. He is the original person with the heart, and even if there's an Antichrist figure that tries to mimic him, there is nobody that can come close to his love, and it will always shine through the darkness and find us when we're in our lowest places. So it was something that I really, really liked in the design that that Justin was able to kind of pull out to make it not only a shirt for the ground level people, but also to remind us about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which that's really, and I think it may go without saying, but that is the focus of what Anti is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about this man's journey, Gaudin, of discovering that amidst the darkness, and whether he accepts it or not, we'll find out. We won't find out in the pilot, but at some point in the series, we'll see what happens. But yeah. All right, I think we can go ahead and do a Q&A now. So go ahead, drop us with your questions. I really am sorry that we weren't able to do a Q&A with Jarret, but maybe we can bring him back for another live stream specifically just for fan Q&As.
That would be fun.
But we're here.
You might have already asked us all your questions.
And if you did, that's okay.
That's
and we can go ahead and end this live stream because we have been going for a while. Oh, that's right. I had forgotten about that. Yes, Catherine Minning. Jarret has actually played Jesus before on some kind of play. I forget the name of it.
I guess we do have to reserve his favorite character for Jesus, which is okay.
That's okay.
But his second favorite is Gaudin.
If his favorite character weren't Jesus, that'd be concerning.
That is true.
Yeah. But you can just look up Jarret LeMaster Jesus, and you'll probably find footage of that. Also, you spelled his name with 2 T's. It is spelled with 1 T. But
you want to be technical about it.
Well, what's wrong with being technical? Okay. So Catherine Minning, who is an associate producer on Anti's pilot as well, and also served as a background coordinator, said, "Who's your favorite extra to work with?" All of our extras are great, and we were very, very thankful to have them. Thank you, Catherine, for helping us to manage some of that. That was
craziness.
Yeah, because extras coordinating is not a simple task.
It's not. No.
And really, the formula to coordinating a big group of extras. Maybe Colby can pull up some footage of that. But is to keep a calm environment and make sure that the extras know what's going on. And then it's actually pretty simple. You just have to know how to handle big groups of people. Yeah, but thank you for being there, Catherine. And Catherine did actually get a cameo in the pilot.
Oh yeah, like a featured cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, very important question in the press conference.
When will we see the pilot? I'm gonna assume you mean pilot.
Oh yeah. Oh,
thank you, Carly,
goodness.
for moderating.
We'll answer that question in just a minute, Carly. But right now, we have a very special donation.
Thank you so much, Marjorie Cook, for your donation of $300. I don't know what to say. Thank you. This film is going to be out for all of you to see before you know it, and I hope that you get as much enjoyment out of it as a much appreciation as we have.
We hope it gives you the Holy Spirit tingles that we feel when we watch it, and we might be a little biased, but we think that Holy Spirit tingles only come when He's happy with something. So we hope that it will give you all the special chills when you see it very, very soon. which was your question, Carly. Soon, I believe The Chosen. I'm thinking of their new scene that they revealed. Was it yesterday? They're always like, there's that word again, soon.
Yeah.
That's a special.
It's like, what did you say?
It's a special reoccurring word in our lives. And
Which, by the way,
to you guys, soon is going to be sooner. So we're just so thankful and beyond words. We're writers, but we lose words pretty quickly sometimes.
We'll get there eventually. Feels a lot sooner.
It does. Thank you so much. And Marjorie is going to be getting the virtual set tour that Noah and Colby conducted while we were on the set.
Great, Marjorie. I already have 2 of the virtual set tours edited and already sent out to some of the people, so you will get those right away. Yeah, and there's going to be more coming.
So you'll get some right away, and you'll be along for the ride when the rest are coming out. I like this. I'm gonna pin it. Eventually feels sooner. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
We have another question here. When do we get to see the trailer? Well,
okay, we actually, for the first time, I think, have some pretty big news on that. We saw the trailer for the first time. What day was it?
It was like
sometime
just
around,
after we did the last live stream.
So it was about a week ago.
Blurring,
but
it gave us the Holy Spirit tingles too. So.
And let me tell you, like, it's one of those great examples of a trailer that can show everything without giving anything away. It was just so perfect for the vibe of Anti, and yeah, I think it's not going to be much longer until we have that. The rough edit is already finished. It's just a matter of swapping out some clips, and then we've got to
I think that the
get some music
is possibly something that we could send out to all of the people who have made donations to get them excited about it before we put it out there for everyone to see. And then if you guys want to send in some reaction videos, we would absolutely love to see your reactions and see if it gave you Holy Spirit tingles too.
Is this like going to be before other people see it?
Yeah, before we release
when can we go ahead and show the people who've donated the trailer?
When it's close enough to where I say you can send it.
Okay, fair enough. But really, all that has to be done with the trailer is music composition. We have to, color it, that's just a matter of, copying the color used in the film, putting it on the trailer, and give it sound design. Which we also, sound design for Anti is coming along great.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if
you're having a meeting on Saturday, hopefully. So.
Yeah, with Sean, who is doing the sound design for Anti.
He's one of our sound designers. Brandon Burkett, who was our mixer, was also a sound designer for us. So I always like more hands are better, more ears are better. So
I'm not going to take that as offense.
Have a Shut Noah Up campaign.
I'm not going to take that as offense, Carly. I'm going to be a good sport about that. I need to talk less. I need to. I know there's never going to be a Shut Jenna Up hashtag. That's like you just enjoy hearing her too much because she is.
Oh, hang on.
Wait. Thank you so much, Peggy Hawkins, who also ordered the virtual set tour for $300. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Are we how far are we now? I'm gonna have to do some math after we get off this live stream.
So I'm gonna do math right now. Math is not my strong suit, but But with these, there is a little bit of percentage that is deducted. But I'm going to do the preliminary math right now without the deductions and let you know what we're looking at.
One thing I was just going to finish saying is,
That should be before the deductions.
so this is the estimated goal of what we've raised tonight, right?
Yes,
This is for tonight.
before any credit card fee deductions.
Yes. $820. That puts us at almost halfway
another, yeah.
to our goal of 4,000.
Wow.
You guys are incredible. I'm I might just show that scene again by the time we get off this live stream. Colby, take that into note. We won't be showing the other clip that we had planned to show at the end of the live stream because people have already seen that before. We're showing the scene again. Got it? Okay. I was just gonna finish saying, if any of you have watched the Chosen's live stream yesterday and saw the scene reviews from season 4, notice how there was all that you couldn't really hear the dialogue very well, and the walking sounds in the background of the extras were very, very loud. That's what a sound designer fixes, and that's what one of our sound designers is working on right now with Anti. And you've already seen some of their great work with the scene earlier tonight, and if you missed it, you'll be seeing it again. Have we covered everything? I think we covered everything.
I think so, yeah.
All right. So with that,
you guys just mean so much more than we could possibly say, and I'm speechless. So, but one thing I will kind of shout out is we mentioned earlier we want to do a live stream, preferably next, but if it depending on how things go to get that set up, it might be 2 live streams away. But we want to do the music of Anti. We want to get Jake Rom, our composer, on here to talk to you about how he designed the music, and I think the music is a big part of what the Holy Spirit works through to give those Holy Spirit tingles that we have been talking about a lot. I think that he can work through music in a lot of ways. And on that note, we also pretty soon are going to be revealing the in-credits song and some more original music that has been done for Anti that no doubt will make you have the Holy Spirit tingles. And it's just like no matter what we do in our day-to-day life, that is playing in our mind. And it's
and I just want to say something about it real quick. Maybe I should save this for the next live stream, but if it wasn't for the delay that we had, we wouldn't have that in credit song. So I just want to answer this question.
Good things are worth waiting for.
Real quick. Kamara, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for asking that, because this is prayer is something that we could really use.
Prayer is the most valuable thing right now.
Because even with all of the funds that we've been getting and paying people, there's always the case of extra delays can come up, and because sometimes there are certain drafts and certain rounds of work that have to be redone because you have to give your vision for what you want, and so things have to be reworked. And especially with VFX, it takes a long time to perfect VFX.
That's really the main thing that you could be praying for right now is the VFX to be coming through in the way that we are needing and looking for. We did have one of our VFX artists not be able to complete the work on some of the shots. So right now we're praying for God to show us another VFX artist that could do these shots for us within the budget that we put out. We are going to be getting hopefully a quote tomorrow. But in all honesty, if that one's like way outside of our budget, or if they can't do it, then we are at a loss for who else to ask. So if you would pray that the right VFX artist will be able to do those two shots. It's really, some people say that it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal, and I think it makes a big difference in the story. So just prayers for that, and we don't want to have to raise the budget. So just prayers that God will pull through as He always does, and that the rest of everything will start trickling in soon, and we'll be able to get this thing to you guys before you know it. So.
Just that we'll get the resources and the people that we need. Everything will go by His will, and for sanity. And rest, being able to do everything at the same time of not having burnout. So
I had the first vacation that I've had in a long time a few days ago. My dad was able, he had enough frequent flyer miles to take me on his business trip to St. Louis. So that was an answer to prayer for me, because I've been working full time to pay my bills and to keep supporting Anti wherever I can financially since graduation. And so I haven't gotten a break until a few days ago, which was nice. I got caught up on some sleep. So.
Well, thank you so much for asking that that question, Kamara. And I see so many people now putting praying in the comments, and it's just means so much.
You guys mean the world and everything, and
so
we hope you have a beautiful night. Thank you so much for coming on here.
Without further ado, here is the scene. All right, thank you. Take care. Bye.
Civil camps of Wangam territory. How will potential conflict from Wangam affect your work there?
Right. It's all right. There's not a world where it's all right to diminish the value of human life the way that the supposed leaders have done. With my last breath, I will fight to give them a home. A real home. Not just tents. Excuse me.
Janet, what are you planning to do?
I tried to avoid all this.
It's all right. I just need a minute.
I'll be out here when you're ready.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. Well, what's your name?
Talia.
Talia. Well, that is a beautiful name. And you're an artist too, I see. Is that what you want to be when you grow up? No? No, that's all right. You can be anything that you want when you grow up.
I'm not going to grow up here.
Why? Why would you say that, silly? Come on. We're going to grow up here, going to have a beautiful place to live, in a school, and food, and books. It's a beautiful picture.
Who is that?
Talia! Talia! What's going on?